All-Star break, the Toronto Blue Jays have been one of the hottest teams in baseball. They're looking to end the longest postseason drought in North American sports, and many believe they will do it. In fact, several experts are picking them to not only win the American League East, but to make it all the way to the World Series. Our next guest is one such pundit. Jon Morosi is a baseball writer and analyst for Fox Sports. He joins us from his home in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Used to live in Windsor, across the river. Jon, you know...
But we're practically neighbors, Ashley.
I know, right? I feel like we're friends. We are. You know, the baseball world really starting to take notice of our Blue Jays, hey, following their moves at the trade deadline. Is it safe to say and assume that the deadline deals have made them front runners?
I think so, and I think a couple things have really happened here, Asha. Number one, of course, you know the tremendous enthusiasm now in Toronto for this team. You see 11 of the Jays' last 12 home games have had crowds of 45,000 or more. So I think now you have fans in the States that are really taking notice of the support the Jays have right now and just how exciting they are to watch. But from a pure on-field baseball standpoint, we know about the offense and how good they are offensively, of course. Adding Tulowitzki at the deadline helped that out a lot. But to me, the key difference has been the pitching staff, especially David Price. I think as soon as the Jays got David Price, it changed the whole tenor of that rotation. He loves the spotlight. He's been in the playoffs a number of times. And that game yesterday was a great example. The Jays, maybe a bit of a nervous moment. The Yankees had closed within a half game of the lead in the American League East, and David Price, a dominant performance for Toronto yesterday. So I think overall, the move certainly put the Jays on the map, and now I think everybody in the States here is now sensing just how good this team is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of happy that he left Detroit and moved over here.
Very understandable. Very understandable.
The Blue Jays also made a key trade before the season started, acquiring third baseman Josh Donaldson. In your opinion, is he the American League's most valuable player?
He is. I think so, in my opinion, and probably that of a great many analysts and writers that vote on the award. I think one thing that's interesting is there's been this perception historically, of course, George Bell being the only Blue Jay to ever win the MVP, that it may be challenging for a player from Canada to win the MVP based on the fact that the American writers are the large part of the electorate. But I think right now, with the advanced metrics we see now, how much the Jays are on television here in the States based on MLB Network and just how pervasive all teams can be seen now with all our devices and everything else, I think the word is out about Josh Donaldson. I think a lot of people know how good he has been. He's what I think people in the game would call a very good two-way player, exciting defender, tremendous hitter. We've seen the power. So I think overall the fact that the Jays are in a postseason position might give them a slight edge over Mike Trout, of course, the defending AL MVP in Anaheim. I think their numbers are very comparable, but I think right now, if I had to cast a ballot today, I think a lot of people would probably agree with me. Josh Donaldson is the AL MVP.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of tweets about it. And, you know, every weekend I'm on the train and there's a Blue Jays game and the buzz, it's unbelievable. Very quickly, though, you are predicting the Blue Jays will be in the World Series, to much of the delight of fans here. Who might they meet and who wins?
You know, Ash, that's a great question. My picks all season long have been pretty rough, although early on I did have the Jays at least winning the American League East, so I'm very proud of that. I think the team coming out of the NL is probably going to be the St. Louis Cardinals. They are so hard to bet against, such a balanced ball club. It's going to be St. Louis in the NL. Maybe they'd have a chance to beat the Jays in the World Series, but I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to go with Toronto in the World Series. I love the way the pitching has come together. Roberto Osuna, great in the ninth inning. He is going to throw the last pitch of the season, close out Game 7 at Rogers Center.
That's a great way to end this interview, Border Buddy. Thank you.
My pleasure. We'll talk again soon. Thanks.
I hope so. That's Fox Sports baseball writer and analyst Jon Morosi from Ann Arbor, Michigan.